Hey YouTube, yeah, as the title said, I'm pretty frustrated with how the day went. But this team is the one that actually got me some ELO back after losing a bunch, mostly because Niantic's fault. I'm gonna go over mostly that in this video. I was just so frustrated with how the entire 6 sets went. But the team I started with a bunch of teams. I'll go over all that in my rants here. Ended up going back to a team that I did very well with earlier, and it was on a top team video. I think it was on the top team video the other day. Drapion, Corsola, Azumarill. You're going to see Corsola in the lead because I used Drapion as a safe swap, but then I remembered that when I used this team for the first time around, I used Drapion as the lead just because it was safer and that you can just kind of play out the lead for the majority of the matchups and then decide where you want to go. If you need a safe swap on this team, I think Azumarill is probably the best one, but I have done Corsola even though you can get walled by normal typings. Okay, so I'm going to let the battles play. Again, if you want a full analysis on how to play this team, I've done this team before, and it worked again now. So I'm at 27, maybe like 90 something now after the last set. Okay, so here's what happened. Niantic has always had this bug, but it usually happens like once in a while. And the bug is sometimes when you put in your team into the battle, it will go on the previous team that you had. So, first game, I wanted to run Dugong, Primeape, Clodsire. So, put that in. Lead, Jumpluff, Dugong into their Jumpluff. Fantastic. They instant swap into a Dunsparce. I instant swap into a Alomomola. Because for some reason, 2 out of the 3 changed. My Dugong went in properly. It was not on my Love Cup team. My Clodsire went in properly. But for some reason, the Primeape was still an Alomomola. And anyways, ended up losing that matchup. So, got Primeape into the matchup. Had some problems with it, so I did like 2 or 3 battles with it. And then switched the team up to, I forget what the next team was. But I switched the team up, go to battle. It's the complete team that I just switched out. So I switched it to something like, what did I switch it to? I saw like maybe it was like an Azumarill, like a double charm team, Azumarill, Duxbun, and a Jumpluff or something else. I forget what the lead was. But not Jumpluff. Something, it was a ground because it was a ground because the ground needed to beat the poison, the weakness to poison in the back. So Diggersby, because I saw the team. So it was a Diggersby. Man, my video's being very leggy today. So it was a Diggersby, Azumarill, Duxbun, and I get the Dugong team. I'm like, okay, that's not what I wanted. At least it's not a bad team because I just had this, but this is not what I wanted. Anyways, this thing happened to me 4 or 5 times today because I've switched on my teams constantly. Like over the first 3 sets, I think I switched up my team like 3 or 4 times. And every single time, one or all 3 of the Pokemon that I put in were wrong. So there was 4 times minimum that I went in with Pokemon with a team or Pokemon that I did not want in that battle. The other time was when finally the one time they got it right. I'm clicking. It was this team. I had a Corsola on the lead at the time against a Malamar. And by the time my game gave me my first Astonish, they were at a foul play, which means I missed essentially 12 turns worth of moves because it takes 14 to get to a foul play. So I essentially missed 12 turns worth of moves, and they were already out of foul play by the time my game registered. So I lost that game. So I lost like 5 or 6 games. Well, I shouldn't say that I lost every single one of those mishap games, but I kind of did. Some of those were my fault, but like again, it was just like constant. Even one game, I think the last game here that I won, my opponent lagged out for like 5 or 6 fast moves. It's just like we just had weeks of garbage leagues, and the first day back, there's an insane amount of bugs. Like I wish it was just a 1-turn bug, as opposed to the constant crap that I got today. So I'm just frustrated. So I only have one. This is my only team today. I asked for a shout out on my Discord. First of all, if you want to join my Discord, link in the description. But I also said if you have any battles, send them to me and I will showcase. I'll check now. As of an hour and a half ago, no one has. So it's either I'm going to do this video very early or I got to hope that someone has sent me some battles. So I'll just take a quick look here. But yeah, I was just very frustrated. And now I've got I still have 2 weeks to hit. No one has sent me anything as of 8:30. That's unfortunate. Okay, well, I hope something comes in the next hour, or else we're gonna have to shoot something tomorrow morning for the afternoon. Yeah, so anyways, that was it. And I think I was just already frustrated because we had I think I'm just in a bad mood to start with, and this just really put me over the edge. Normally first of all, I think 4 times bringing in the wrong team is even bad for Niantic. So I think I was just, that put me over the edge, but I was already mad because we got, Jesus, how many days ago? Thursday? When was the blizzard? Wednesday or Thursday, there was 35 to 40 centimeters of snow. And then we got another 35 centimeters of snow on Sunday. So my body is exhausted because I basically just shoveled 2.5 feet of snow over 3 days. My front yard is 9 feet high of snow because I don't have much of a front yard. So I'm piling all the snow just on top of each other, and we're getting drift and stuff like that because the wind is blowing. So it's crazy. Across the road, the sidewalks haven't been plowed yet. So anyways, tons of snow. There's that, and then it's just, again, it was an office day, and the office days are always so dumb because it's an hour-and-a-half commute for me in. The bus was late this morning, and that's an hour-and-a-half commute, and half my team isn't even in the region. They're in Montreal. So I'm just going into the office just to do MS Teams stuff anyways. It was just frustrating. It was just a frustrating day. And then I was okay, looking forward to this. Looking forward to the grind. And then it's just crap after crap after crap of this game. It just makes me not want to play this game anymore. Honestly, I was honestly checking my second channel more than I was checking this channel. Again, link in the description if you want to join that channel. But yeah, it's just I'm done. I've noticed that was actually one of the biggest things that I've noticed about the last few weeks. And I know part of the last few weeks I just kind of put out the understanding that it was just crap leagues, end of the season, people weren't watching, so I didn't put it too much emphasis into the views. But this was the first time in maybe ever that I was just putting out videos and whatever views they got, so be it. That's the point I'm at with this game. Usually I would be all about I've got to try and get the most views, I gotta maximize it, I gotta promote, I gotta do this, gotta do that. And now it's just I'm gonna put it out. I hope people watch it. I hope it provides you value, but I'm not gonna worry about it, which may actually take off some pressure associated with this. So I don't know. Anyways, hopefully we'll just chalk it up to a bad day, and hopefully I can get some sleep and do it all again tomorrow. So you can only try not to dwell on it and go on to the next one. So I don't have another team yet. It took me, because I banked a set yesterday, so it took me 6 sets to get what are only 8 battles here. So that's just the kind of day it's been. So yeah, I was hoping for some videos. If not, I can hopefully tomorrow morning I'll do some battles at 6 to 8 a.m. and I'm working from home tomorrow, so I'll just punch one out in the morning for the afternoon and then play catch up for the rest of the day, sort of thing. Yeah. So with that, drop some team suggestions. Yeah, drop some team suggestions in the link below. I saw all your, again, I'm not even going to go over this video. You can, if you want to actually know how to use this team, like I said, I've done this team already. So maybe I'll link it so you guys can see that. I want to go to the comments there because in the morning video, I asked, so 2 things. 1, comment below if there are any teams that you have used that have worked very well. Because I'm 100% fine stealing a team, not stealing, borrowing a team. I'm asking you, so I'm not really stealing it. I'm using a publicly available team if you post it. So post below. The other thing was that I asked you guys about nerfs and buffs, what you want to see, what you think is coming. And you guys are all over this. So I'm just going to kind of read your comment. This is not a bad idea. We're in the next 8 minutes. Read all your comments and sort of react to them. Okay, so starting from one of the earliest. Tyler, hey. John, bug, grass, fire overall need a buff. Grass needs, in my opinion, a faster charging move, like one which Superior does not have access to. So the thing with that is that, so in terms of fast moves and energy generation, right now, the energy per turn on Vine Whip, which Superior has, is 4. So really, you can only do 2 things. You can give it Bullet Seed, which again, I don't know what it has in the main series game, but there's Bullet Seed, which is a grass move, which is less damage, but 4.33 energy per turn. Or you need to try to make a Psycho Cut, Thunder Shock, Poison Sting clone for a grass move. Those are the only ways you can get that, because right now those are the only options. Fire needs the same, as fire overall is attack heavy, but yeah, you could ignore fire right now. Bug needs everything. But I would also buff confusion by more energy. I would also buff confusion too. I think that would change the meta quite a bit, because again, there's like a lot of Clodsire and a lot of the fighters. So I think jumping up confusion would be great. Fury, yeah, some Mianio said, but Fury Cutter buff to make it a Psywave clone. I think someone else said that too. A couple people said like nerfing Mud Slap on the energy. Hidden power to truly spice things up. A lot of people said Bug Bite. Aaron had one of the highest thumbs up comments. Bug Bite buff to a Psywave clone, Discharge buff to a Fly clone, Iron Head rework to a Brutal Swing clone, Altaria learns Aerial Ace, and Leafage buff Shadowclaw clone. So I like it, right? You're buffing Bug, you're buffing Electric, you're buffing Steel, you're giving Altaria as a Flyer Aerial Ace, which is it would make that Pokemon very, very strong again, and you're buffing Grass. So I think these are actually like very well thought out buffs there. Zeb Strika should get Double Kick. They should add Leech Life as a good bug type charge move that buffs your defense. Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense in the game, right? Like Leech Life gives you energy or health in the main series games. I know that because that's all Zubat had. A tiny nerf to Shadowclaw someone asked for. Nerfing more Pekko. And then there's a whole debate about like ground can deal with it, so it doesn't need to be nerfed. Bullet Seed becoming a rollout clone. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people want grass buffed, which makes sense, right? As I mentioned before, we had a water dominated meta where water were 13 of the top 20 Pokemon, and the best grass was like rank 38 because grass is just so bad in this meta. Aqua Jet will get a buff because Urshifu is likely coming to the game and there aren't many collateral Pokemon. Peck will get a buff, maybe harder hitting and keep the energy low, not sure. Same with Metal Sound to a Mudshot clone. I also wouldn't be surprised if more mons get Force Palm or Karate Chop. That's interesting. Giving more Pokemon the strong, fast fighting move to make more fighters viable. Again, rework Water Gun, Shadow Claw Encounter reworked as well. Really hope for a Peck buff. Would help a lot of rarely seen Pokemon, and Altair would still prefer Dragon Breath. Would bring some flyers and help nerf Mud Slappers like Metal. Yeah, so I think that's kind of one of the things we need, right? There's a lot of ground in this meta. And the flyers all got extremely nerfed with the wing attack nerf. So bringing some buffed flying type moves to help bring some flyers back and balance off the ground meta. That would also buff your electric indirectly there. Someone says Incinerate's doesn't count as a good move to me because it's the slowest move in the game, even though it does have the best stats. Like, that does have the best like damage per turn, and energy per turn in the game combo there, which is why it's a 5-turn move. That's why you're not going to get that. You're never going to get that damage per turn and energy per turn combo in a less turn and like a 3-turn move or less, because then it's just like overpowered. Nerf Rage Fist I already talked about. Nerf Shadow Claw and Hydro Cannon. Nerf. People want... Okay, it seems like all the buffs are the same. Bullet Seed, Bite, Fury Cutter, Cut. And a lot of people just want to roll out, nerf what's considered strong moves anyways. Astonish, Rollout, Poison Sting, Mud Slap, Charm. Again, another comment saying like I want Sky Attack to go back to pre-nerf status to get rid of all the Mud Slappers and Rage Fisters. So yeah, people are kind of sick of the meta. That does not surprise me. I think more... Yeah, again, Phil also said I think more Pokemon will get Karate Chop. Fighters are underrepresented and normals are overrepresented. Yeah, I saw a ton of Diggersby today. There's still a ton of Dunsparce. Even Wiggly is a half... It's fairy, but it's half normal too, right? So... and then I'm expecting Mudslap to get toned down. So yeah. Yeah, which again, Connor and Martin said what I've always said about the meta. The meta will always get stale fast because in the current environment, it is insanely easy for people to pick it up. There are a dozen or more high-quality Pokemon, GPL content creators, Pokebees. There's just so many resources. It's not only that, it's the fact that like when you buff and nerf stuff, the rankings change. And when the rankings change, that's the new meta, right? So, yeah, we'll have to see how these nerfs and buffs play out. But in the end, who cares when all we're doing is playing a broken game anyways? This is why like I'm gonna start doing like content creator interviews and stuff like that, just to like bring something else to this game, because this game is hurting right now, in my opinion. And I don't want to just become a... I don't want to leave. I don't want to be like all the ones who have just left. But I also don't want to come on here and complain all the time. So I need to find something that, if Niantic's not going to change, which they're not, I need to find something that I can balance out playing a broken game with to keep the channel like fun and going, which I think is what interviews and other stuff that I have in mind is. I just need to start doing them. Okay, that's one. Did anything come in the last 10 minutes? Probably not. Okay, so it's already like 8:45. First video done. Second video, no new submissions. Okay, so right now, unless something comes in the next hour, I won't have a second video shot tonight. Doesn't mean there won't be one this afternoon. I may do it like tomorrow morning and then just try and like do it tomorrow morning for tomorrow afternoon, and then just try and get ahead like later in the day for Thursday, and then just keep playing catch up. So that may be the option, but if a video is not shown, it's because I do not have any myself and none of you submitted. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. Sorry for the rant and whining, but just was one of those days. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.